What's going on, guys? I'm Halfway. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and fill the Ramcharger filled with diesel inside the motor itself to flush out all the milkshake. And we got gas to get it running because we think that the gas tank's filled with water. So stay tuned and see if we can bring old girl back to life. As you see, this is why we're changing the oil in the Ramcharger. Well, when I say oil, I mean water. Oh, that stuff is gray.
Yeah, it looks like concrete mix.
Woo! That's that good. Oh, that's that thick, huh? Down with the thickness right there, boy. That is rough.
Yeah, she needs a little bit of love.
We're going ahead and we're going to drain all the oil out of it. And like we said in the last video, we're going to go ahead, put the oil plug back in, put about, I don't know, 2-3 gallons of diesel in it. And we aren't going to start it because diesel isn't what it used to be. But we are going to let it sit here and turn over to mix it all in the motor. And let that sit for a little bit and go ahead and drain all that out of it. Let me crawl under here, guys. I'm a little bohunky with the hand. But the oil is so thick in it that the oil pan where it's coming out of is nearly outrunning the drain on the catch pan itself. This is what happens with oil mixes with water. It just turns into like clay, nasty, thick, disgusting milkshake. No, the head isn't blown or the head gasket's not blown. This was caused by it getting a little too deep in a hole. And we also think the problem with it running, how it's running like trash, is that gas tank itself is actually filled with water. So we got a fresh gas can and we're going to stick a hose in it and put it on the fuel pump and see if we can't get it to run right with fresh gas in it. And this is why we suspect that the gas tank is full of water. This was originally a fuel injected truck. It wasn't originally carbureted, so it had returns and vents and everything else for the gas tank. If you look down here, this is the vent for the gas tank, I believe. You guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And this is the return. And as you see, they are wide open, and we had old girl swimming up to around this area when it was stuck in a hole. Because after I pulled them out, as you've seen in the video of us in the woods, it just started running like trash. So if I was a betting man, I'm pretty positive that the gas tank went from 3/4 of a tank to full in a hurry. And we sucked a little bit of gas out of it and put it in the cup. It does smell like gas, but it doesn't smell like that good that makes you loopy. It's like some watered down BS. So we'll go ahead and take a can with the hose in it. We'll show you how to do that and get some fresh gas pumped up to the carburetor and see if she goes. And Jared's gonna coat the engine instead of it all going in there with diesel fuel. And like I said, we're not gonna go ahead and start it. We're just gonna let it sit here and turn over so that way it gets all over the valve covers. Well, we need it on the inside of the valve covers, but just kind of cleans out the whole engine.
Hey, we're degreasing the whole thing here, bud. This is
that'll work. It needs a bath anyways. We'll put about half the can in there, put a couple gallons in it.
That'll work.
Enough where we know the oil pickup will. Because like I said, we let the engine run not knowing it was full of water, so it's just a whole milky mess.
The problem is it was low on diesel this whole time.
Here. Oh man, this is a mess. Is she thirsty?
I told you.
And this is how you come and swap.
That's right.
A first gen.
Yeah.
You just put diesel in it.
That's all you got to do. Put diesel in your valve cover. Don't even worry about changing the engine, boy. You don't even need the engine swap.
Oh no, sir. You put enough diesel on it, it'll turn into a common rail. It won't even be a 12 valve. It'll be a party. We fill up the other side, it'll be a 6-7.
There you go.
We're getting rowdy around here. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead, sit the camera down, and we'll film it while he turns the truck over and see how this goes, and see if I can't get some light down in the hole right there so you can see the diesel making the milkness go away. Jared's gonna go ahead and start turning old girl over, and I got the fuel line disconnected so we aren't going to flood it out. That way we try to get this diesel all mixed in good in the engine and dump it all back out. then do an oil change, then dump that oil out and do another oil change. So it's going to be a whole lovely process. Ready? Make sure it's in neutral. I'd rather not get the old Tahoe. Nothing. But it won't turn over. Hit the electric fans.
Nope.
Yeah. Try the ignition. I don't hear it clicking or anything. All right, well, give us a minute. Might have to do take two. Well, we had to get the starter persuasion tool out because it wouldn't turn over because I guess from it sitting, the starter hung up with a solenoid on it. Tried jumping it with a screwdriver, it still did nothing. So we gave her a couple of taps and she does the old whirly whirl down. And like I said, guys, we're just going to turn it over. We're not going to start it. Melt the starter off with.
Yeah, I was like, we'll just go ahead and finish the old girl off.
I didn't even see it. This started to build oil pressure. That's mine. Need to get a light.
Oh.
Done broke the juice off her. If you like my jumper cables, hit me up. I can make you a pair. Oh. Everything's custom around here. I'm too broke to buy new shit. Get a light on it. Need to take the PCB valve off anyways because it's got blow by. Just sending it back into the motor. Woo! Funky up in there, boy. How's the other
Yeah, I was
side,
like, let me
bud?
look on the other side.
If you can't send the camera down in there.
Let me see. Looks like it's breaking it down a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's definitely got it broke up because it was caked in there before.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over and see if it'll build any sort of oil pressure. At least jump up a hair turning it over, I think.
Ooh.
We're gonna put a motor in it. Woo, we got one. I wonder.
Oh boy.
Think it'll fire off?
Maybe with fresh gas in it, it might. Which we got that taken care of down here.
Yes, sir. This is straight off the fuel pump, right into the go-go juice, and this is the adjuster to adjust it to certain levels at the bottom of a tank. Hit me up, I can make you one of you guys that also. You want to keep an eye on that fuel filter and let me know when it starts getting some go-go juice?
Yeah. Just put a fresh filter on it. Wonder why the starter was going bad.
Buy something that starts every time.
That's easier said than
Make
done.
sure I got that down on the lid. Oh yeah, she's down in the go-go, boys. Oh, show. It's gonna take her a minute to suck it up in there. Woo! Should've brought some coffee in a can. Give it a little sheesh.
Filter still dry as a bone.
Still hard by manually give it a little cheese.
Yeah. Brand new filter there. Looks sweet. New filter, new plug wires. Polishing a turd, boys.
Handicap shit's for the birds.
I could have held it for you, broke ass. Jesus.
Oh yeah. Like a glove.
Yeah. You got more in the yard.
I didn't want trash to go there anyways. Keeps the mowing down.
Hey, it come out of the ground, it goes right back in the ground, no big deal.
One for the homies. Go to the other bolt.
Diesel all over the side, gas all over the top. It'll only be a minor fire.
Not my truck.
Sounds about right.
Oh yeah. That's a lot of go all over the place. Which one's the ignition switch?
Far right. The one closest to you is the fan. Yeah.
And we probably just fried the mains out of it with all the milkness that was in it.
Probably.
Did it suck up into that filter?
It looked like it did a little bit. I don't know if it filled it or not.
Nah, it didn't.
No, it didn't. I don't know how well you see that on camera.
The can more elevated, like up higher, so that way it doesn't
yeah, it's not pulling it from the ground.
Oh man. Yeah, I think we need a motor.
Yeah.
And they didn't sitting there idling, it didn't cheese up or nothing with oil pressure.
No, and it was puffing smoke out of the valve cover.
A little be-by, little blow-by.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Blow-by for a good time, baby.
Hey, if it was a power stroke, it'd be normal.
Yeah. Oh, you could be saying that on YouTube. We're gonna have 10 people. Bow, 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 7.3, bow, bow, bow. Yeah, guys, 7.3s, they run a while because they don't make enough power to hurt themselves. Kind of hard to hurt each other with 185 horsepower. Smells like gas. Yeah, well, I think this one delayed its last dally, and it's fried, so.
I guess there.
Looks like we gotta put a motor in it. It's gonna be a good time. But it's not too big of a deal. We'll pull the whole front clip off the truck because the front clip needs to come off anyways, because we still need to swap it with the one out over there.
Yeah, not that one.
The one Jared decided to hit a tree with.
That one back there. Don't worry about that. That's not. Yeah, don't worry about that.
That's part of the junkyard potatoes.
Facts.
Oh man. Yeah, well, I think it's blown up. Guess what? Ford still runs. But
yeah, Ford still runs, but what number Chevy are we on at this point?
What do you mean? Oh girl, that's the original motor in it.
Yeah, this particular Chevrolet.
That particular one.
Oh, okay, alright.
Listen, I run everything to the oil pan. That's why everything blows up.
I know. And the Ford can't rev to the oil pan, that's why it ain't blew up yet.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a 7.3. Don't make enough power to hurt themselves. And same with a 300 straight 6. We're about to trigger some more people. Junk. People like the Tower of Power, which they don't make any power because they run forever. hard to hurt something that doesn't make any power. You get somebody in the comments, I'll pull a house down with my 300. Well,
they say it don't be like that, but it do.
yeah, they say it don't be like that, but it do. Oh man. Well, I guess it's figured out, guys. Old girl needs a motor. Well, at least we put the rest of the diesel in the 97.
Yeah.
Make sure the gas gauge works.
Yeah, we'll top off this old sweetheart. And yeah, that's gonna be coming on Cenflo Diesel channel. We got some stuff we're doing with that. I know it's been a long time in the making for those that know my channel, but yeah, we're gonna finally get it painted and do cool stuff with it. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Also, here in the near future, we're probably gonna paint the Tahoe on the channel. And Jared's got another truck, not gonna mention it, but we're gonna go ahead and try to paint them ourselves, do all the prep work ourselves. The only thing is I got a couple of nasty dents kind of on the back right there where it's creased where somebody hit it with a trailer. And I got a body guy who's gonna pull all this stuff out because I plan on keeping this thing and I really don't want to just fill it full of Bondo. Yeah, there's that too. It looks like the old lady got a little wild at the gas pump and drug it across the side of it. So we'll fix all those dents and spray old girl some random ass color that we could figure out or find, but we're here for a good time.
Oh, halfway spray paint.
Nah, I thought about rattle canning it, guys, but I'm probably gonna break out the gun for this one. I just might, maybe. Depends, because the gun hasn't been used in the last 5 years when me and my dad painted my Ford. And we probably didn't clean it right, so, and I'm not buying a new paint gun, so if the paint gun doesn't work, so we'll rattle can Rick to the top, baby. So you guys can see our progress. The Ford needs an alternator and it's got a draw out of somewhere. It's like the ignition's not shutting off, so it's being a pile too. This blew up, so as you've seen, our first time going out, $300 vehicles, they don't last. They're kind of like a one and done. But I will throw an alternator on the Ford, see if I can't get it running. We might take it out one more time and go ahead and sell it or trade it off for something cooler. Maybe something bigger like this thing. So
yeah, bigger pile.
Yeah, a bigger pile, exactly, a bigger pile. So it's unfortunate for you guys that were the fan of the Ramcharger. It blew up, but like we said, this was kind of not necessarily like a cheap truck challenge we're doing, but the Ford stock, it's not big, and this was already lifted and on 35s and 4-speed and etc. So this is actually worth putting a new front clip on it and putting a motor in it, because this would be like a step up from the Ford, because the Ford's it's a stock truck with wheels and tires. It's kind of a pile, so we might actually take the tires off the Ford and they're new and put them on the Tahoe and sell these new wheels and tires and get some 15s for it and kick it old school on the Tahoe. So stay tuned for that.
Well, and I don't think we mentioned before, but this truck, which you've actually known for a while, but this truck has actually been a mud truck for a long time. This truck's actually had a pretty rough life before we got a hold of it. And the Ford was county truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And it came from Tennessee. It was last registered, I think, either last year or the year before. So it was on the road. And the people did drive it from Tennessee to here, and we're in Florida, so kind of decent.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a pretty decent platform to start with. I mean, this one's had a rough life for a long time, so yeah.
I can account for of 8 years that I know that it's been a mud truck. My friend Ricky bought it, and then Cole bought it from Ricky, so I've known of it for the past 8 years that I can account for that this thing has had the balls beat off of it. So it was only a time coming, which there's a couple other things that need to be fixed, like the flywheel. It's not, they didn't resurface it when they put a clutch in, so the pedal just da-da-da-da-da-da because it's manual, not hydraulic. So either the motor or transmission needed to come out to fix that problem anyway, so the clutch would grab correctly. So it's not too big of a deal, and this is just old carbureted stuff, so it's not hard. It's not like we're going to take a week to put a motor in it. We should be able to yank this motor out, yank that motor out in one video and get it slapped together and ready to hit the woods again.
Yeah, and like you said, this was more, we bought this more because it was a full-size platform, manual transmission. That was, you know, that was really the key behind it. I mean, we knew it was probably going to need an engine soon. We knew, you know, it was going to need some stuff. That's But I mean, we wanted the full size straight axle front. Like that was mainly what the situation was here. It was just a good platform to start with. Run and drove for $1,000. Most of y'all know how hard that is to come by. So that was the main motivation behind picking this up. And he's been ready to move away from the Ford to get something with a little bit of power, because he ain't happy with it unless he can break it.
The Ford does good. I'm not trying to hate on it too much, but in all honesty, it's not for me. I like things with power, and I like being able to shoot mud that doesn't just go above the fender like I'm trying to shoot it to the trees. So I need to get another Chevrolet to do that, because Fords don't. All right guys, well, as you've seen, the Ramcharger's done. The Ford doesn't run right. So if you want to keep up with all the projects and progress that we're getting done, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. We'll catch y'all on the next one.